Alrighty. All right. It looks like we live again. We are live again. So it looks like the sound is fixed, I think. So man, I was going 30 minutes. Why did nobody say anything about the sound? This is so crazy. There was somebody sitting there for the full out 31 minutes. And they didn't say anything about the sound. Shout out to D'Angelo for telling me that the sound was there. Somebody said ZZZ, but they didn't tell me the sound. I'm like, how am I supposed to know? I'm thinking the sound is going well, and I did my sound check and everything beforehand. But hey, if there ain't no sound, just if y'all catch it in the future, it is not a sound, and you come in the live stream, definitely let people know that there is no sound. But here we go. This is part two. This is attempt number two. I was doing live reactions. This was the first time, so I'm gonna have to try to redo some of this again with that. But y'all see the title? We talking about the pros and cons of the various track and field leagues that are coming out. This is Athletics and Chill episode 4, second attempt. Second attempt. We gonna let people filter back in and everything like that. But I just went a full 30 minutes without a person telling me until D'Angelo came in. He said he had just joined and said there was no sound. So I'm glad that he told me, because I was about to go the full length. Y'all know I go for 2 hours sometimes. And then I was wondering what was happening. But hey, it is what it is. So here's Athletics and Chill episode number 4. The various track and field leagues, pros and cons. Shout out to Ferdinand. He said he can hear me now. Ferdinand, why did you tell me that you couldn't hear me a long time ago if you were it? Come on, man. Y'all gotta know that I wouldn't know that y'all can't hear me. Y'all gotta let me know. And as always, you're watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. They said, D'Angelo said, well, this man go 30 minutes without sound. Y'all wrong. Y'all let this man go 30 minutes without sound. Yeah, D'Angelo, I don't know what was up with that, with the time with that one. But thank y'all for coming out here today. So I'm gonna redo what I just did. Man, that's gonna be hard, because I was giving some of my first reactions. So a lot of the information I'm seeing here, it's for the first time, just like you all are. I saw some of it beforehand, before today. But when it comes out to that, these track and field leagues, they are a very important subject. So I probably lost some people that otherwise would have come out to this Athletics and Chill. But hopefully they see the title that says Fixed Sound and they come out. But there's no telling. Don't forget to check out the other track and field videos that we got. As we're letting people filter in, let's take the first about 5 minutes to talk about the other videos that we got. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Hold on, here it is. Don't forget to check out the ISTAF Continental Tour recap that we got about how people will talk negatively about the athletes, whether they talk about, hey, it's performance enhancers, it's the track, it's the shoe, it's the this, it's the that. It's always something else when it comes to these organizations and these people. Now, we got the he said, I was in town on the first street. Dude, why did you tell me 30 minutes? 30 minutes. You said you was in town. Athletics and Chill episode 2. That's currently our most popular one. That's probably because we're giving out a prize doing that one, doing that stream. But definitely check out those, because we got that. And also, this isn't day 1. This was I'm leaving that image there because that's the wrong image we used. But it was day 1 and day 2 of Zagreb. It wasn't the ISATF Continental Tour recap. It was just the Zagreb day 1 and 2 recap. Definitely check that out. Did not have anything to do with Brianna Williams, but because I had that one in there, I left that animation there. But like I said, today's topic is about the track and field leagues, and are there ones that exist already? And the answer obviously is yes. Don't forget to always kiss the diamond. That means spread the wealth. You smash the like button, and then I guess tell me if you can hear me or not. Subscribe, comment, because we get shadow banned on here. So it's already bad enough that we get shadow banned. Now the next thing is you couldn't hear the sound. And yeah, so definitely smash the like button, subscribe, comment, And if you're viewing this after the fact, comment in the comment section below. So we restarting this on the second time around with this. So, oh yeah, and don't forget this one. Don't forget this one. Don't listen to Shelly Ann Fraser Price with this. Don't forget that one. Now people are like, did you hear the original context of that? Yes, I know. They were talking about how it was they were trying to match and everything like that. But that one clip, that's funny. That's funny to me. So as it comes out, yeah, I know Sharika Jackson and Shelly Ann Fraser Price, they kind of the jokes of town here, not in a negative way, but that's still funny. So let's get into this. We allowed about 5 minutes, 6 minutes to let people filter back in. So we're going to start off with the American Track League, probably the ones that you guys know the most. The other ones, well, here, as far as Diamond League, you already know Continental Tour. You may not have noticed the difference between Diamond League and Continental Tour, but now you do. So if you're watching, you're a regular viewer of this broadcast. So this is the American Track League, right? The ATL. It was so crazy because I remember somebody contacted me and they said, somebody took the name that you were doing. And I'm like, man, this is the most basic thing. I didn't put any connection. They were like, a lot of the ideas you were talking about, they took it. I was like, this is why I don't talk to anybody about this anymore. Look, you know, a lot of the people know each other, right? So here we go. They had meets here. These are meets for next year. So this is what I did find out from the first stream around. These meets are next year. So I was wondering, I'm like, okay, I'm clicking these buttons and everything, and they weren't doing anything. So let's go over. So what I'm going to do in this stream, I'm going to look at the about pages. We're going to go to their social media. We're going to see if they have any meets that have taken place or are coming up. And we're going to list the pros and cons of each one of them after the fact. Some of them, I'm going to list some of the cons and pros while I'm going over it. But we're going to do an overall pro and con list later. Because we know some people are going to be coming in late. So for the people in the live stream later, that's why we're going to round it up there. Now, this kind of does look like a thumbprint as well, or a paperclip. I know it's supposed to be like a track, but it kind of looks like a thumb print or a paperclip. That's just me. But let's go to the about page, right? Very important. Ferdinand, you're right. Hit that like button. And I'd like to thank you. Oh, one last thing before I get into the content. Today's stream and every stream is brought to you by viewers like you. Please consider becoming a regular contributor, whether you donate via Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, or anything like that, because this is what allows us here. And when I say us, there are people that help with moderating and everything like that. I am going to be having people on the ground to go to these events. So it allows us here to be able to do these regular live streams and everything. Because, yeah, that really does help. I do appreciate that, especially when we get demonetized so easily. We probably got demonetized for the Sharika Pantisa thing and whatnot. So here is that. Let me see the question here real quick. Ferdinand said, question, coach, please. Isn't the NCAA too long for young athletes? I'm thinking of Terrence Lau, and I actually like the young man. That's off topic, so I'll probably get to that later. So I'm going to stick to what we got right here. So I'm going to stick to the track and field leagues because I can meander on that. So this is the American Track League about page. It says a formal season. They said fan and athlete. I'm not going to read the full out about pages for all of them. I'm going to summarize some of them, by the way. So we're going to keep this pumping. All right. We're going to keep this pumping. So we about to get into the real content right here. Smash that like button, share, and all right, let's do it. So fan and athlete driven USA based or US based track and field league for professional athletes. All right. Clearly somebody knows how to write a resume or a bio page. They hire somebody to do that because it's not grammatically necessarily correct. But I know this because I used to do a lot of people's pages. Okay, this sounds like Star Trek. Remember when they said these are the summaries or the events of blah, 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 so on and so forth, right? So it says these are the events that have made up the outdoor season for the past several years. And we've brought them together in an effort to build matchups across disciplines and improve fan engagement. So basically they're saying we already have events that go on, like the Ed Murphy Classic, if I'm not mistaken, that's the name of it, and other events that already take place, what we're going to do is we're going to do a contract with all of them and say, hey, look, y'all the American Track League now. We got the stuff already. And so we just do one step and put them together as a track and field league. Okay. It says the American Track League will broadcast live on ESPN on Saturday Night Live. Oh, ESPN. And for the track super fans, we will offer the quote unquote under the lights extended coverage. Whatever that means, right? So that means basically in the USA, they don't care a rat's behind about distance running for the most part. They don't want to show us full out races of distance running or anything like that. So I'm assuming the extended coverage is basically you see all of the stuff. You see the interviews after the athletes and everything like that that won't get covered on the 2 or 3 hour broadcast that's on ESPN. Okay, fair enough. That's good, right? Fair enough. That's good. Now, we got Emma Coburn saying some good stuff. Kayla Edwards, Sound Running. Sound Running are the ones that are providing the quote-unquote under-the-lights experience. So they got interviews and everything like that. Craig Engels, Howie Keflezighi, which it looks like Howie got a management company. That's really good. Keflezighi got a management company. Joe Bouchard, Dathan Ritzenheim. What is going on here? I didn't try to click his Instagram page. Hold up. Where we at? Uh-oh. Instead of, wait a minute, it just took the American Track League off the page and went us to the Instagram. Wait a minute, I didn't try to do that. Nick Dwyer. All right, there we go. So that's what it is, right? We got big names co-signing for this. Good. Now let's see where we could watch it. Live on ESPN, past races and interviews. So this is their YouTube page. Let's look at the YouTube page. They got 5.53K subscribers. Hey, well, look, we approaching them. We don't even host races. Man, everybody that hosts races and stuff, they should be blowing everybody else out of the water with subscribers, views, and everything. But that's not how things happen all the time. Sometimes the views go to people like myself where we analyzing the sport, we talking about the things versus the races sometimes in interviews. It is what it is. You know, you would think more views would go to that. So that's why YouTube channels like myself or just personalities like myself are important for this sport. Just like when it comes to NFL, MLB and things like that. You know why? Because if we can engage an audience and we can bring people out and get excited about this sport, then y'all out there excited for the athletes too. We got Chanel Price up in here that's doing an interview. She's talking about her mental health journey and everything like that. And we can see people are not interested in looking at that at all. They are not interested in it at all. You got interviews. You got Dathan Ritzenheim talking about things. There's more people interested in that. Brittany Anderson. Hey, Brittany Anderson trains in the USA. All right. So y'all saying the Jamaican coaches, the only good coaches. Hey, look, we got USA-based athletes training with USA British coaches and stuff like that. So, hey, look, Jamaica ain't hogging all the good coaches, right? So there we go. So, that's what it is. So it's very interesting how things go. Now, remember I told y'all yesterday as a quick thing, when they tell you about, you know, women being more popular in sports, and we proved it wrong yesterday, right? Or just by views and what's going on. If they got to repeat things over and over, people aren't really interested. Just like the mental health thing, no offense to Chanel Price or anything. People are generally just not interested in that. And when they keep pushing that to people's forefront, there is a small subset of people on Twitter that may give the illusion that people care about it, but the average person don't care. That's what I'm just letting you guys know. So if y'all want to make videos and say my mental health journey, that's a big way to turn people off from you, right? Because Chanel Price is a great athlete in her own way, and people aren't really interested in hearing about it. And like I said, there's no offense to her. I'm just giving y'all an example here about when people are interested in things and when they're not. Now, here we go. Under the Lights, brought to you by Sound Running. They said, this weekend we will charge a small fee for you to watch extended coverage for a track meet. But let's talk about a minute where the money is going. Blah, 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 not interested. Like, really, I'm not interested. I don't know if y'all interested. We probably barely interested in this topic. Basically, they talking about the money going to, most of it going to the athletes, some of the production. That's good, right? And they're talking about what they're doing for the events and everything. These are extended coverage. And as we can see, it's mainly about distance racing. So it's distance racing. As I told you, in the USA, They barely want to show distance racing. Standing. This is a very important thing. It's a point system. So here we go. They said they based their point system on World Athletics point score, right? And there's a leaderboard. The overall point standing based on the top 5 performances. There are 10 track and field meets for the American Track League. Since I already did this now, I can summarize this. There are 10 track meets in the American Track League. They're using the top 5 performances for each athlete. So that's good. They said the best performances will be based on the best singular performance at any league meet. Okay, they are doing men and women that'll battle for a prize purse. 12 athletes in overall league points. And the top 5 overall individual best performances of the season. So here's the fantasy league. When you have a fantasy league, it's called the Roster Athletics Fantasy League. And this is what I would like to try to do myself, a fantasy league. If you get a fantasy league up in here, this is when you know that it's real popular. All right, it's real popular right here. Because if you could do fantasy league and get people to bet on races, because it says start free trial right here up in the right hand corner. If you get people to bet on races, that's where you generate extra money too. Because if you're betting on something, you have an emotional attachment to it. You part your ways with money. There's one way. I want to start a fantasy league. I don't know if I could do a fantasy league without contacting the organizations or something. I got to look into that, because my fantasy league was going to be based more on just a purely one. We ain't even going to do no bets on it. Now, the fantasy league I was going to have are 2. We're going to use the actual athletes in it, and then we're going to do made up athletes, right, from each of the countries. Now, the problem that I got here is that this says through May 25th. They said the leaders. That means they ain't updated. Didn't we have American Track League events even, was it after the Olympics, or maybe that was before the Olympics, because they had Johan Blake with that one performance. So maybe I was wrong, but I thought we had at least one extra one. Ashley Moe. So is that a thing, Moe's younger sister? Does she got a sister? That's very interesting. So here it is. You got the top 20 places that get it. So you get 20 points for first and 1 point for 20th place. It goes in reverse order. And here are the people where they're getting it. And those are the fantasy leaders through May 25th of this year. I thought that they had more people participating in it. I mean, more meets after that, like in August. But I could be wrong, or July. So that's all we got there. Let's look at their Instagram page, right? Let's look at the Instagram page. Looks like they got 10.4K followers. They got Devin Allen, Jessica Beard, it looks like, and more people that are coming out. So that's good, that are participating in their meets. Follow them here. It's the American Track League, or American Track League. Bam. Let me follow it in real time. I want y'all to go there and follow them on Instagram. Looks like that's the only page. Now we moving on. We moving on to the next one. So here is a different one, and I really like this one as far as the concept of it, but we're going to see some of that. So now we're going to go into the pros and cons about the American Track League later, okay? We're going to go back to the home page, and we're going to do a summary later. Now here is NFTL. What does that, or NTFL? I already messed that one up, botched it. National Track and Field League, all right? Many of you, y'all like, wait a minute, what? There's a track and field league other than American Track League? Yes, it is. One in America, right? So it says the home of professional track and field. All right, here we go. Let's go to the About page right here. Smash that like button if you're just joining us. Right, we just went over the American Track League, and we got a couple of people that just joined us, so I'm trying to summarize that for you. But now we're on the National Track and Field League, the NTFL. So it says, is a professional track and field league located in the United States of America, consisting of 8 teams in which athletes are drafted, keyword drafted, to compete. The NTFL houses 3 different divisions: track and field, cross country, and road racing. So does road racing include marathon? I wonder. So they're trying to basically put all the track and field athletics events together. Great concept, right? Great concept. Bravo. All right. Now, it says our mission, right? They said bring track and field to the American public in a format that's familiar and easily embraceable. Yada, 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 right? Now, this is what I thought was here. The background is where I thought. They said they will provide professional track and field athletes with the opportunity to compete in team structure environment. So the difference right now, we see it. The American Track League is not team-based. It's you're individually based, all right? Now, over here with the NTFL, that is team-based, all right? That unified, they said it will unify athletes and fans, blah, right? Okay, cool. In a family-oriented environment. Now, here's something that I thought was very interesting. And I want to get you guys' idea because I just talked about this on last night's stream about the performance-enhancing drugs. They said, I know some of you guys may not like this, okay? I understand. It says, the United States is the preeminent world power in track and field. We dominate world rankings and the medal counts of global competitions and produce a large percentage of top personalities in the sport. Now, before y'all say, well, the United States is a large country. China is bigger. India is bigger. And they ain't doing the same thing. So just get your panties out of a bunch for a second. We got larger nations that got resources too. And now you're going to say, well, the United States has resources. Man, they take athletes. Qatar takes athletes too. United States athletes go to other countries as well. American-born athletes, they go to other places. Y'all have more athletes that you take than give out. Man, at some point, you just keep complaining, and then you just got to go somewhere at some point. Just stop complaining. You like to complain? Do you get paid to complain? If not, then stop, right? So, ironically, however, our athletes receive their greatest respect and adulation abroad, not at home. See, this is the thing where people keep saying if somebody is an American athlete, they're going to get paid more. No. Answer is absolutely not. There is no guarantee that you're an American athlete you get paid for at this time of this recording on September 17th, 2021. Track and field is international and barely even registers in people's minds in the United States of America, okay? That's where it is. Completely outside wrong. So here we go. Now, this is where it is. Where is it at? Now, they talking about they want to be able to go compete with the NFL, Major League Hockey, NBA, MLB, NASCAR, PGA, right? Well, it says this is the most important out of this whole thing right here. And I just spoke about this last night. I ain't the only one thinking about this. It says track and field stars are rarely mentioned in average conversation, gaining recognition only in Olympic years for doping-related issues or for doping-related issues. What do we got this year? Oh, doping stuff. So these getting headlines. Y'all over here watching videos related to that. If the own track and field super fans, because that's what we would be, super fans. Y'all going out of y'all way to listen to track and field content, not like the average people, at least in the USA, right? Well, and y'all over here clicking on performance enhancing drugs, getting in all the drama related to that promotes that stuff, right? Like this video gonna get barely any views. That means that's telling the algorithm on YouTube not to suggest a video like this to anybody, right? It's gonna tell it not to suggest it to people. Not only that, the human mind and myself, right? It's gonna make me not want to cover stuff like this, right? It will make me not want to do that if I needed the money to go with that. I'm just trying to be fair to y'all. If you watch stuff, people will make more of it. So when you want to see something there, click it, tell other people to click it, not just hog it to yourself. Share. If you're interested in it, literally share somebody else. Say, hey, look, I know you ain't interested in this. Maybe you're not, but you could be, right? Don't even try to convince them logically. Just be like, wow, this is crazy. Look at this thing. And just do it like that. Don't even logically argue with anybody. That's not how people get convinced. Now, let's move on. That I thought was very important. Now, let's look at the teams. As you can see, it's 8 teams here. We got, I never think team names, I don't know. I don't think, team names are weird. So, Norfolk Stingrays, Arizona Rattlers, Florida Typhoons, Texas Tornadoes, LA Tremors, Atlanta Pace Setters. The Pace Setters. They gonna set the pace, I guess. Then we got Sacramento TC and Carolina Crush. Carolina Crush, I actually particularly like that name for whatever reason. CC, I guess. Not like the people that ride the CC, but anyway. Teams, that's them. Okay, draft. This is very important. Remember the draft. Let's see what this is. Yeah, I'm getting excited. Wait a minute. What? 2018? Huh? They didn't have a draft since 2018? I mean, 2019 wasn't a lockdown year, so we should at least had that. I can understand. But what happened? Let's look. So they do a draft on the after the NCAA championship in June and July, end in July 31st. So it's after the NCAA championship and it ends on July 31st. Okay. The draft will take place in August. They got Shamir Little and other people here. Now, when we look on this page here, we see Raven Rogers, Aaliyah Hobbs, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. All of those good athletes. Now, all they're doing, what I found out from this last stream that I did, because this was the first time I was looking at it, all they're doing is listing the top 8 people. That's what they're doing. But they said it's open to anybody that meets their standards, right? So as you can see, Christian Coleman, this says 2017. Right, this is the 2017. So they didn't even update this. They had a draft in 2018, but they didn't update this list since 2017. Now, this is a horrible sign. This is a horrible sign. Is this track and field league defunct? Do I gotta buy them out? Because I like how they got the logo and stuff. Do I gotta buy them out and restructure this organization? I'm gonna have to consider that. I put that in my notes to seriously think about buying them out. What are they? $5? No, let me stop. I don't want to joke about that because that's real serious. Because things do go under. Like I would contact them and to see if they're still going. Because when I looked at this, I don't see any page where they got the meets at. Here's the contact page. Get in touch. If you guys want to do that, go ahead. So definitely there. The sponsors page, the careers. Now they require you for a head coach position. I looked at this. You got to have a bachelor's degree. Like, I don't think a coach needs to have a bachelor's degree, but maybe the NFL requires that. Yeah, that would get me out of the running already. Ferdinand says, still here listening and learning. That's good. That's good. So I don't know why you got to have a bachelor's degree to do this, but I guess a bachelor's degree differentiates you between you and everybody else for coaching for whatever reason. A lot of jobs, I don't see why their degree requirements are there. They need to drop them. In all honesty, I come in and run circles around many coaches, and I ain't got no degree to save my life. Right? I got a PhDs at these Fortune 500 and 100 companies that say, I want to be you when I grow up, when they were talking to me about stuff. And now that was just a compliment and everything. And I even asked one guy, was he serious? He said, yeah, because I wasted this whole thing on a PhD in computer science, and it didn't do me anything. I could have just done nothing and got the same job, which was an executive position at the company he was at. I can't give away too much more details. But one of these big tech companies like Alcatel, Lucent, AT&T, and stuff like that. So, moving on. That's the NTFL. Now, I don't know if they're still functioning. Let's look at their Instagram page, right? Let's look at the Instagram page, to be fair. I followed them. Oh, I was supposed to. Wait a minute. Let me unfollow so I can press the follow button. I forgot to unfollow because I did that on the last stream. Now, they only got 3 posts here. This is looking bad. 3 posts. This was 232 weeks ago. Man, maybe they are defunct. 230 weeks ago. What happened to y'all? Let me see. We trying to figure it out and pick it up. We are track leads. Huh, interesting. We are track leads. Oh, dang, look. We are track leads got 34,000 there. Let me follow them real quick. See, look, do you see how that works? Big followers get more followers. Right, I'm gonna try to do that. They say and pick it up. So I'm gonna check out We Are Track Leads right now, following them just for that. I might have to unfollow them, but they got 3 posts. Fred Curley apparently follows them. Okay, Fred Curley's interested in this, but what's going on, guys? So we gonna have to follow this later. I'm gonna do a follow up on this one. I might have to buy them out. Now here's the next one. Here's the next one on this list. All right, let's get straight into the action. Don't forget to kiss the diamond, guys. Kiss the diamond, smash the like button, subscribe, and share. Really, liking is free. But let me do a real quick shout out to the people that have donated to this stream so far. Camellia, I appreciate you. Be dropping the bags on every single stream. I don't think you missed a single one yet, except for the one that was muted. You did not donate to that one. Hey, I appreciate you guys for coming out. And everybody else that comes out. I do want to shout out to the regular contributor there. And thank you guys that have contributed via Cash App, PayPal, and cryptocurrency and for the subscriber on Patreon. I do appreciate that. Anybody else that wants to support, definitely you can do super chat or whatever, each one of those options. I really do. Now, here's the NATFL. So this one is the North American Track and Field League. Whereas this one, not to be confused, national. Okay, North American, national. Okay, this confused me to all get out, I'm telling you. So it's the NATFL-league.com. If y'all interested on what this one is, this one just started. Got Donovan Brazier. He actually did endorse this. So this just started this year. This is the first year that they did it. All right, they're at Grand Valley State. That's where they're hosting their championship at. And they had August 13th, the 15th, the 20th, and the 22nd. I think they canceled the national championship this year. But here are the teams. They got the Detroit Turbines, the New York Quick Steppers, and I don't know why they keep repeating them over and over. Because of the meets. Because it's 2 dual meets and then there. So they got the New York Quick Steppers. I think that's a horrible name. Detroit Turbines and Chicago Blazing Storm. All right. But hey, I think a lot of team names are there. They say I'm a track and field fanatic in USA. I only followed NCAA. The rest you're telling me about now. Okay, that's good actually. So now it's opening your eyes to these other meets. So tickets are $15 each dual meet, $20 for the championship, or $60 for all 4 dates online or in person. All right, cool. This is good. They got some things going for them. Let's look down about it. They said the league will start with 3 teams who will compete against each other in 3 dual meets and 1 championship. Cool. They said the teams are the ones I listed, and each team will draft 12 athletes. Notice how small the teams are. And 3 alternatives. So alts, you get your alternatives just in case somebody gets injured and whatnot. For a total of 45 athletes on each team. Okay, they're keeping it small. The events will consist of, wait a minute. Let me zoom in for you guys so y'all can see the text a little bit better while I'm reading it out. The events will consist of sprints, whatever that means, hurdles, whatever that means, middle distance, we don't know the exact events, long jump, high jump, and relays. Now, I'm assuming that if you're a sprinter and it's because the team is so small, you're probably going to do the 1, the 2, and the 4. That's probably what you're going to do. The hurdle, you might just do the 1 and the 400 hurdles. Middle distance, you're probably going from 800 to 5,000 or 8 and 15. Depends on what they're running. Now, that's that. Now, I did not see any results from any of these meets, so that's not a good sign when I looked up. But they just started this year. I'm going to give them a pass on that one, right? Now, they have this thing called invest here. So if you want to invest in something early on, now, look, assume, now this ain't no investment advice or anything like that, because I deal in the world of investing. There's a risk with this, but they said the minimum to invest is $100. Now, in my opinion, they should go after the big bucks. They shouldn't be going after the crowdfunding for the small fries for the public. I think they should do that one. But hey, it is what it is. The last time I was on this page, they had only, I think it was $500. Now they had $1,300. This is about 2 weeks later. So they got $1,300. Their reserve goal is $50,000. They had an investment cap at $1 million, and now it's down to $5. So somebody on here did a typo, and they need to increase their valuation cap. Did it go down to $5 or did it go up to $5 million? I don't know which one, but their early bird terms are for out of $1 million. Investors who contribute the first $1 million of the round get better terms, right? So this is what they're looking to raise. They just started. They got some people from Jamaica. They got some people from the USA. So this is a lot of things here. If you guys are interested in that, like I said, just look up that, or I could drop the link for you guys, right? Because it is very hard to do that. Matter of fact, let me drop the link for each one of these in the comment section here. So here's the one I'm talking about now, the North American Track and Field League, right? Here's the one for the National Track and Field League. I'm going to drop that one. And here's the one for the American Track and Field or Track League, right? Not Track and Field, but American Track League. We're going to drop all of those to you right now in the comment section. So if you're interested in those, definitely screenshot that and then come back there. You can't buy tickets yet because they're trying to do for the next year. I got a buddy of mine that's going to be trying to draft for this. So this will be very interesting for that. Let's move on here because it's not really much to look at. I like that they have these things here. I like what they're doing. The one thing I don't like is that the investing thing, because they should go for the larger money. But hey, it is what it is. And their freaking logo is horrible. The logo is horrible. It's like they went to clip art or something. So here's Donovan Brazier. He was there on the signing day, right? And then, as you can see, this was only a few weeks ago, about a month ago. So he went there on the signing day. They were using him in advertising and everything. He's been supporting it. That's good. They got 460 followers. I'm going to be 461, right? So that's where I'm going. NATF_league. There you go. On Instagram. Don't forget. And don't forget to, follow me on Instagram. All right. It's the exact same name on Instagram as it is here. So let's move on to the next one. Then we're going to get the pros and cons. So this is a team-based one as well. We're going to get the pros and cons here in a second. Now, we know we got the Diamond League. We know we got the Continental Tour. Many of you all did not know the difference between the Continental Tour and the Diamond League, right? The Diamond League, y'all knew the Diamond League. But y'all weren't aware that the Continental Tour was a league in itself. Now, because of the marketing and the materials and everything, it makes it more visible. But here's something that I want to go over. You notice at these Continental Tour, because this is what this is, Continental Tour 2021, these meets don't be hosting all the events. They do not host all of the track and field events. They do not. They host a set amount of them on each one. Sometimes they're distance focused. Sometimes they're field event throwers focused and everything. And what that means is that there's a reason for that. All right. I'm going to get to that in a second, but I just wanted to go over that. Now, what is the Continental Tour? Well, the Continental Tour, they took that out of that. It's a circuit. It's a premier circuit. It's the same thing as this indoor tour right here, because that's a track and field league too, but the Continental Tour had almost the same thing. So it's an annual circuit of premier outdoor track and field meets. That's basically it. They accumulate points throughout the series and can earn wild cards to the, well, they don't earn wild cards in this one. Now, they do that in the Diamond League, but the World Athletics Continental Tour, you don't earn wild cards, I don't think, at least to my understanding. Now, here's the Diamond League. We know about this one. That's why I'm brushing over these quicker. And then I'm going to give us a pros and cons of every single one of these. We get pros and cons of every single one of these. So the Diamond League, 32 Diamond League disciplines. So they got 32 events. They used to have only 24. So they upped it and they lowered the price of the prize money for the athletes. That's what they wound up doing. So they used to have 24 events. Let me look on here. Yep, 24 events, because World Athletics has not updated their page for whatever reason. They keep updating when's the next meet, but they did not update their bio, right? It's good to always screenshot this. Let me keep that in for future reference. But it's now 32 events. That's why the prize money went down for people that were wondering. They're like, wait a minute, the prize money went down. That's not good. Well, see, that's the problem that we got in track and field. We're going to run into that in a second. Now, athletes are awarded points, 13 meets. They're awarded points first through 8 respectively. So first place get 8 points. Last place, as in eighth place, get 1 point, right? Top 6 in each events. And top 8 for 100 to 800, and the top 10 for the 1500 and long distances will qualify for the final. So basically, if you ain't in the top 6 in the field, you can't make it. In a case of a tie, the best legal performances qualification phase wins. Okay, in the final 3 format, they got that, and so on and so forth. Okay, Diamond League champion and will be awarded a diamond trophy, US $30,000 in prize money, and a wild card for the World Athletics Championship. Certain conditions apply. Obviously, if your country already has a champion in a bid there, you can't get it. You just get the prize money. That's about it, right? So they give you here. Now, World Athletics Continental Tour, or the Continental Tour, technically that's the full name, but I'm going to call it Continental Tour for short. The prize money that's given out on each of these depends on if they're a bronze level, a silver medal level, or a gold level event, right? And me personally also, let's give the pros and cons. If you guys want to call in, let me know, because we could talk about this, right? We could talk about this type of subject here. Otherwise, we're going to leave it as this. We're going to give the pros and cons. What are the pros and cons of each one of these? Let's do it. Pros and cons. Okay. American Track League, Continental Tour, and Diamond League. The pro for these is that it gives you a regular, okay, actually the pro of all of them, it gives you something regular to follow. If you got a regular point system with all of these and you're like, oh, okay, cool, I can come out here. Now I know there's something. It's like the PGA Tour, right? It's like the Grand Slam for tennis, right? You know, for those individual based sports, you know there's something to follow, to get your teeth to grab and chew on, right? Well, if you got something like that, well now you can say, all right, I can come out and now you can tell people, okay, on this weekend, I'm watching this track meet. I'm doing this, right? I'm watching track. And they're going to be like, what? Yeah, it's coming out here, the Diamond League, you know, blah, blah, blah. And now you can talk about that. That's the good thing about it, okay? Now let's do the pros of the individual based ones. Well, the pros of the individual based ones is that they have the backing of something that's already highly more organized. The American Track League, they're basing on events that already take place. The Ed Murphy Classic has been taking place for eons, right? So long that I can't even remember, right? Probably before I was born. So you got events that take place already. The Music City Track Carnival, that's been already doing and everything right there. They putting in events that already take place and just putting it into an organized format. And they're based on World Athletics. World Athletics been around for a while, previously known as IAAF. And they're doing that. Okay, you got a point system here with the Wanda Diamond League. It allows you to follow through with these series. Now you can come out and say, all right, this person's getting 8 points. And you know for sure they're going to get 8 points. They're going to get this, so on and so forth. That allows it very easy to follow format, right? That's what that is. Same thing with the Continental Tour. Not to the same extent, because there is some problem with that. But if you know that you're watching a gold, a silver, or a bronze level event, you know what's going on with those. There's a point system with that as well, because they give out bonus prizes depending on how that goes too. Now, here's the pros of the track and field leagues that are more of a team-based one, like the North American Track and Field League, and the National Track and Field League. What are the benefits of that? If you're in a team-based environment, it doesn't just focus on the top three, right? It's not the top three effect. You get people that have come through with, I'm surprised people are actually leaving when I'm talking about the pros and cons. That's very interesting. I guess they just wanted to hear about those things here. But you get the team effect of it where, you know, the NFL has something called the O-line, where they got the defensive backs or whatever like that, and you can follow through and grasp in it. If you got a regular team, unlike the individual, for example, many of you guys are here and you support Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, or in general, you're going to support the 100-meter dash. You might just say, hey, you mainly a fan of Shelly Ann Fraser-Price over Elaine Thompson-Herah, or Tyson Gay over Usain Bolt, or Usain Bolt over Tyson Gay. It don't matter, but you're going to watch the 100, right? You're going to watch the 100 because in general, you like that. But then what happens when the 100 ain't there no more, right? What happens when the 200, 100, or you just not interested in people outside of that? Well, you're going to leave. You're not going to view that. But when you have a team-based one, right, like this one and this one, now you're saying, wait, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price or Tyson Gay or Megan Tapper or Gabby Thomas, they just won in these certain events. But wait a minute, our team's about to lose. Yeah, sure, we can have bragging rights that we won in the sprints. Now we need that distance runner. So now it gets you more, yeah, sure, you may not still be as interested in distance, but then you're like, wait a minute, if it's regular and you can lose a championship because your distance runners ain't that good, now you're going to be complaining like, yo, coach, you need to be drafting this Kenyan my guy right here. Draft him right now on our team, coach. Like, that's what y'all going to be yelling in the comment section in the future. You're going to be yelling that in the comment section in the future. That's what the benefit of something like this is. That's what the benefit of those things are, right? And so when you get the team-based ones, that is the good thing, right? That it forces you in a way to now have an interest, somewhat of a love-hate relationship with it, but it still gets you an interest because that's part of the team. You can't divorce yourself from those other events when it's part of a team. So the distance runners that might not care about the sprints will care about that a little bit more, just a little bit, but still more nonetheless. And the vice versa. The field eventers will get more attention. And this helps everybody out. And that's the benefit. Now, here's the downfall of all of these systems. Let's go through the cons here. Well, the con is that the risk that you take, like the NTFL, the National Track and Field League, the problem with this is I think they took on too many events. I don't know if they're defunct because this website says copyright 2015 to 2021, exclusive rights. All rights reserved, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that they don't have enough money to host these events and pay the athletes. Now, they might not have the money that they promised to pay them, but they still got enough money to at least host a website. And obviously, the copyright and whatever, that's separate. The logo and everything, that's registered. That has an expiration date, so to speak, right? That has an expiration date. Okay. Let me ask you guys. So, I'm losing a lot of people off of this one. So I got to ask you, for the people that are coming in and out, are you guys not interested in hearing the pros and cons? Because if you guys are out and exiting, I may as well just end the video. Like I told y'all earlier in the video, if people don't come out or come there, that motivates what we cover in track and field. So if it comes down to that, I just go where the money goes and I'll talk about certain topics and whatnot. But I am trying to do that. I'm just interested in the people that are leaving because of the pros and cons section. So if you left and then came back, could you comment why you're leaving and coming back? I would like to know for my own personal reasons about that. Because I'll be surprised where y'all, maybe because you were like, hey, I just wanted to hear the track and field league. So here we go. Now with this being said, they taking on so many different events right here, right? If you take on all of these events here, then you're setting yourself up for failure. Why? Well, the same thing that happened. Here's the problem with the Diamond League. This is the problem that track and field faces overall. And this is why I said I would not host more than 13 events. That's me personally. The problem with track and field is they just up 32 Diamond League disciplines, right? It used to be 24. When it was 24, wait a minute. Why are we on this page? When it was 24, here we go. Let me zoom in. Let's zoom in. When it was 24 events, you had $40,000 in prize money. And I think even at some point, why did it just click that? I did not want to click that. We had $40,000 in prize money. But now that it's 32, we got $30,000 in prize money. Right? Sure, we brought out more events. They can pay out more money, but now each individual athlete gets less money. That's the problem. Because how could you host all of this? You got cross country, road racing. Now, road racing and cross country, they may not take place at the same time. Sure. But what happens if you had a bad one season that comes in? You're teetering on that. Instead of starting small, like this one right here, the North American Track and Field League, instead of starting small, which you basically have 45 athletes, that's still a lot of athletes, right? And then expand out from there. Instead, you got the reverse problem where you started big and then you crumble under the pressure of starting big. And in all honesty, that's the negative of approaching it with a team-based standpoint. The negative is, and that's more or less for this one right here, because it's just too big, in my opinion. It's too big. People aren't interested in a lot of the events. And if you're trying to host all the events, nuh-uh. Try to host a certain section of events, and then when you get a fan base that's there, slowly experiment by expanding out to event 1 by 1 or 2, right? When you have the money to afford it. And then you can start seeing, okay, this is hurting our revenue. This is helping our revenue, right? Now, the negative of the Wanda Diamond League, like I said, expanding out to the events. The negative is going to be on the athlete. They get less money. Sure, you get the appearance fees and everything. The negatives with the individualized stuff is the appearance fees. Can somebody that follows tennis regularly tell me, does Serena, Venus, or any of the other athletes, do they get appearance fees for showing up to these tennis tournaments? Or do they just get paid they large amounts because they already got their endorsements? Because somebody that's here, Ferdinand, do you follow that, or anybody else that may be in the comment section or the live stream? Do tennis athletes, since that's individual, same thing with golf, do they get appearance fees for showing up, or is it just the prize money that's there? I think that the appearance fee money should be switched up, because if it's not the case that they get appearance fees, the appearance fee money should instead just be given out to the athletes in general, right? They should be given out to the athletes in general. Now, some of y'all might be like, what incentivizes the athletes to come out? The money. Instead of just having an appearance fee. Oh, okay. Shelly and Fraser Price, you don't want to come out because we ain't going to pay you $100,000 for yourself to do the appearance fee. And we're instead going to pay out $80,000 to the winner of this, and then $70,000 to second place at this regular meet. Right? Or we're going to do $80,000 for the winner, $50,000 for second. And you know you win a lot of times. So actually, I don't know if that hurts or helps the individual, but it spreads it out to more people, right? Now, more people can get more prize money. It could probably be extended. But the problem you still run into is there are so many events. So many events. Right? There's so many events. So instead of having a big tournament with big money, we get these tournaments, these big tournaments, with a lot of people getting the appearance fees for the regular. Now, the Diamond League final, I don't know if you get an appearance fee for that. And in my opinion, you should not get an appearance fee for the Diamond League final. It's the freaking final. You shouldn't incentivize somebody for coming out and then they do some BS performance. No. So people that were saying Shelly Ann Fraser Price was negotiating with them and they weren't going to try to pay her the money. Hey, look, I snubbed my nose at her too. She ain't no special thing because it's the final. Now, at these other meets, when they trying to get her out, yeah, maybe, right? Because you trying to do ticket sales. Yeah, you trying to do ticket sales at the final, but this is the final. You should not, no, in no uncertain terms, get no appearance fee for showing up to a final. No. You come out there and you do your work. That's all it is. That's like paying somebody an appearance fee for showing up to the World Championships or the Olympics. Like, the Olympics should be paying athletes when they be winning and doing their performances, but not to come out and show up for something they should be showing up for. That is just low down dirty, in my opinion. Now, the overall negative and positive here, I'm going to rate each one of these right now. The American Track League, I think that is somewhat lazy, but the lazy is sometimes better. You do stuff that already works, like the Apple iPhone, and then you improve upon those and you expand out from there. So that is good. The problem with this is that they still got the same old. They not covering the distance events. And yeah, the same old. And it's still the regular format of the track meets. That's the thing. That's the problem there. It's the same regular track meet and it's individualized. Individual just leaves you every man for himself. That's not, I guess that's going to be, I guess tennis is individual except for doubles and everything. So if you get relay people that come together and all they do is run relays, we should have relay leagues and whatnot, or a relay format. Then, hey, I start saying, hey, we can have individual track and field. At least we got relay teams, right? We got the 4x8, the 4x2, 4x1. Now that would be good. Then the relay teams will come out regularly. People that do that, and they come out and they make their money that way. And you could be a big name for the relay stars. I think we could do that. The National Track and Field League. Like I said, pro is a team-based thing. The con is they took on too many events. You still run into the same thing about the top three effect with that. It's just too many. And you open yourself up for failure in a large way by having too many events too soon. The pros for this, the North American Track and Field League, the NATFL, is that it's team-based. The con is that they're going after the investors, the small names like us, right? They're going after the small people. They like, hey, look, I'll need $100. You can make money, life-changing wealth, and all that good stuff. They're doing that marketing, right? Because the risk is it might not work, but and the logo is horrible. Hopefully they change that thing. It's horrible, atrocious. I do not like it. Yeah, it looks like clip art. That's something that I think they can improve upon with that. But the pro is they're starting small. They're having it where it's just small. You come out, it's a few meets. It's literally 4. They have their dual meets. They got their point system, I'm assuming. And then they come out and it's at least easy to digest. You got 3 meets and a championship. Boom. You got 45 athletes, not a whole bunch of people. You need to have it familiar. Why you gonna have 100 and some athletes? Can you remember 100 and some athletes? Can y'all even know the amount of athletes all in NBA, NFL, NHL, cricket, or all these other teams? Do y'all know them? Do y'all know all the team base? No, you don't. Most likely. Can you just list them off just like that? Let's just say you're a super fan of the team. Sure, but it might take you a couple of seconds to remember somebody that's not the full out person. Because what if they're a bench player, more or less? So this actually helps with reducing the amount of athletes. And I agree wholeheartedly with that approach. The con is that when you have only a few events, you alienate a whole bunch of other people. But I don't have a problem with that. Now, the pro for the Diamond League. Well, like I said, it's a point system, easy to follow. This leads to us to have one of those Grand Slam type of things where it's high paid. And this is relative. High paid is relative because this is high paid for track and field. Yes, it's high paid for track and field. The con here, the pros are really big because you're paying people outside of just the top 3, right? You're paying people down in 8th place. And even when they have 9 lanes in the sprint and 12 places for the distance races and whatnot, they are paying up to 12 places. Now, it might not be that much, but you're getting paid to come out to these events. Then they got the appearance fees type of thing. That whole environment, that leads us to at least the positives right there. And I do appreciate that. The Diamond League and their format. They're doing 2 hours on the Diamond League on YouTube, which I love it. How they're doing, okay, the field events were going on. So the people live there, they're sitting, they're going through their maybe 5-hour, 6-hour track meet or however long it's going to go. But the people on TV, we going through 3 hours, maybe 3 hours of coverage. Or on YouTube, they even got it shorter where they say, okay, here's the field event. So when something's not going on, they're showing you the replays of what happened during the field events. Let's say the 5,000 went through. And then, okay, in between that, they're showing the field eventers throwing a shot, right? The 100 hurdles just happened, and then we're waiting for the 110s. In between that point of the 5 minutes or 3 minutes of setup between the hurdles and changing the heights, we're seeing, okay, and it's going quick. And I was like, yes, this is how it is. This feels like a better Olympics, the one-day Olympics at Zurich, than it did at Tokyo. Tokyo was too long, too meandering, and everything. Like y'all be complaining about my videos. Now, the World Athletics Continental Tour. This is decent, except you never know what events are going on each meet. Same thing that's the problem with the Diamond League too. You don't know which events are going on each meet. Sometimes the events are going in their Diamond League qualifiers, and sometimes they're not. That's the biggest problem too, right? Sometimes they're not. So that's the problem. Here you don't know, and you can't follow the pay format. The point system is different between silver, gold, and bronze level. So you just got to know what those are. And when you're saying, well, here it is. Let's go over the calendar and results. That's the negative here. The positive is the same thing for the Diamond League. It gives you some organized, but depending on if it's category C, bronze, A, gold, B, silver, and all of those, it has a different system with each one. How many systems are you really going to count and follow? I don't know about that. I don't know if you're going to follow all of them. You're just saying, oh, Shelly Ann Fraser Price is at this meet. I'm going to watch it. And so that's the problem with this. It's the appearance fees. Who's going to do that? It helps with the top tier athletes and F's everybody else up the behind, the rear end. Everybody else up the rear end, you getting that small prize money, and then the appearance fees go to the top athletes or whatnot. And sure, the top athletes always going to be making more money. That's how it should be, right? Whoever can generate a personality too. Same thing in tennis. Not the top tennis player is over there generating as much buzz as Serena Williams, Venus Williams, whatever, all like that, right? Because they could do marketing. That's what it is. And so I covered everything, the pros and cons. What do you guys think here? We wrap this up in about an hour. Let me know your final thoughts in the comment section for the people that are here. Let me hear what you guys think. Do you guys appreciate this type of video? Like I said, it's not that many people coming out to watch this type of content here. This is very, very interesting. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Likes are free. I appreciate all of the contributors here. Let me know if you learned something. Let me know if you're going to follow the people that are here on this one. Because like I said, each of these channels, you get basically rewarded or you get incentivized or de-incentivized to do certain topics based on the amount of views. So if the people are not viewing topics, then YouTube content creators like myself, we just not gonna make them. Now I'm gonna keep on making American-based stuff too, because I don't want my channel to only focus around Jamaican athletes. Straight up, I don't want it. That's not what this is geared toward. I'm not really a fan of doing any one nation, because this is track and field. This is not, and this is different sports channel too. So even with that, but something like this, or covering certain athletes, when people complain and they don't see the athletes, well, it's based on, it's really just based on what you guys see and what you guys are suggesting. Let me know. All right, nobody's dropping anything in the comment section. Man, we got a lot of ninja watchers that be coming out to the these streams. That'd be funny. There's a lot of ninja watchers that come out. That's funny. Well, I guess no comments. So I'm going to end the stream right here. Thank you guys for coming out. This has been a Head and Shoulders ATR production. I understand that everybody is on different sections of the stream and whatnot, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Don't forget to share, comment, like, subscribe,